Hey viewers, I thought I would show you my full fan collection. In some of my other videos you've seen a large number of fans, like in my fan box, but that was only a small number of the fans I actually have collected over the years. So here it is, sorted by size and brand name, starting with the smallest ones I have first. Just something to compare them to. It's my index finger. So these are very small. They might be like 20 mil. These might be like 25. And these are probably about 30. And then they go up to 40 mil from there. Got a lot of these ones. Deltas. Super red. And then up here you've got the 25 millimeter, the 40 mil and 25 millimeters thick, so they're taller. These are the most powerful single bladed ones I've got. They spin at about 18,000 RPMs. These are all deltas. And then you get into the ones that have more than one fan. One pushes, one pulls. I've got a lot of these guys. San Ace 40s. These ones are a little bit different shape. They're not perfectly square. Still dual fans. And then you got these ones. These are 50 mil. Then you got your 60 mil. NMB. Then you got your NIDAC brand, Beta SLs, and Beta Vs. Then you get to your thicker ones. Those are 25 mil thick. These are 38. .5 amps a piece. Then you get these babies, Nidac Ultra Flows, 2.45 amps a piece. Then you got your deltas. .2 amps. .68 amp ones. 1.8 amp. And 3.3 amp. In the next part of the video, I will do the rest of the larger sizes. Next up are 70 mils. That's a Nidac. Both are out of gaming consoles. That's an NMB. NMB as well. Then moving on to the 80 mils. Whole bunch of 8s. And finally, NMBs. I get the most 80mm NMBs of all the brands. Some are 12 volts, some are 24. Like that guy there, that's 24 volt. and even got a 120 volt one. So that's all for the 80 mils and 70. Next up, 90 mils. And here's all the 90 millimeter fans. NMBs. NIDEX. And finally, deltas. That's all for the 90 mils. Next up are 120 mil. These are all 120 mil fans. Some 120 volt ones. $125 mil fans. 170 mil fans. Next up will be blower style fans, squirrel cage. And last but not least, we have our blowers. Okay, I've picked out a select few of my most powerful fans from different size categories. I'm just gonna run these, show you what they're capable of doing. I'm going to use this standard 80mm computer case fan, 12 volts, 0.24 amps. I'm just going to have these fans blow this tissue box. It's almost full. I guess I ain't going to move that at all. It's just too weak. Okay, up first is a Nidac Ultraflow, 12 volts, 0.73 amps, 18,300 RPMs at 0.715 amps. Alright, I got her hooked up. Let's see if it can move this Kleenex box. Oh, look at that, a little 40mm fan actually moved it. Not much, but it did. Next up is this AVC dual fan, 12 volts, 1.5 amps. Front and rear RPMs. Fan draws 0.765 amps. Alright, here we go. Well, that didn't push very far at all. Huh. I would have expected better than that. Next up is this dual fan delta, 1.82 amps. RPM speed, amp draw, 0.998. Okay, let's see what this delta can do. that's pretty good. A lot better than the other one. And it's still moving. Well, was. Next up is this 50 mil AVC, 1.65 amps, 15,700 RPMs at 0.925 amps. Well, that's not bad. Next up is the Nidec Beta V, 1.5 amps, 10,800 RPMs at 1.2 amps. Alright, let's see what a powerful 60 mil can do. Pretty good. Next up is the Ultraflow, 2.45 amps, 12,400 RPMs at 2.103 amps. Oh, these things really rev up. That's pretty good. Still moving a little bit. Next is a 60 mil Delta, 12 volts, 3.3 amps, 12,900 RPMs at 2.086 amps. And here we go. Pushed it even further. It's right on the edge of the wood. This Delta's freaking insane. Next is a 90 mil Delta, 12 volts, 1.5 amps, 4,800 RPMs at 1.047 amps. Look at that. The 90 mil didn't even do as good as the 60 mil Delta. Still quite a bit of air though. Next is this Daytech 90 mil, 12 volts, 2.5 amps. 5,900 RPMs at 2 amps. Alright, got this one set up. This is the only fan that actually takes quite a while to reach its full speed. Approximately between 10 and 20 seconds it takes. No idea why. And it's the only fan I have that actually takes this long to pick up to full speed. still moving. It's doing a little better than the other 90 mil did. Next, we got this 120 mil servo, 12 volts, 1.2 amps, 4,200 RPMs at 1.172 amps. Alright, this should push the box pretty far, I think. Well, pretty much the same as the Daytech 90 mil. Next up is this Nidec Beta V, 12 volts, 2.7 amps, 4,300 RPMs at 2.410 amps. I should point out that this is not 120 mil, it's slightly larger, probably 125, 127. Alright, let's see what this one can do. Wow, right to the edge, just like that 60 mil Delta did. That's pretty darn good. Not overall loud, considering the amount of air this is putting out. Next up is this 170 mil DC Parky 3, also a servo brand fan, 12 volts, 1.7 amps, 3,200 RPMs. Alright, let's see what this big one can do. That's pretty good. Off of one board and onto the second one. Still moving a little bit too. And last but not least, this Pabst motor. 46.5 volts DC, 33 watts. 0.7 amps, 4,450 RPMs, 170 mil. Okay, this one's ready to go. The speed of this one can be controlled through a rheostat. You can actually run quite slow. So slow you can actually hear the individual ticks from the motor. I'm hoping the camera can actually pick up those little sounds. Anyway, let's throttle up and see how far I can push this. Well, that's farthest yet. And this thing's just freaking roaring. That's the last of them. Oh, and I should point out, I counted all the fans I had, and including the ones in this fan box, but that's another video altogether, and the old fan box. I have, my collection is up to 1,020 fans. That's even more than I thought I had. Anyway, thanks for watching.